Hey, beautiful Fran's fam. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know where you're from, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. Peace and blessings to you all. I'm so thankful and grateful for you. Thank you. All right, so I want to share something with you guys, but before I share something with you, I want to ask you guys a question. And the question is, have you ever really looked at, seriously thought about the words that you speak about yourself? Have you ever really thought about the things you say to yourself and about yourself when nobody else can hear, or even when someone else can hear you? Have you ever thought about that? Well, the reason I'm asking this question is because I've been doing a lot of thinking about this myself. You know, as you begin to transform and elevate, spirit begins to touch in different areas of your life, right? When you are asking for change and elevation or transformation, spirit begins to bring you things that you need to work on. And one of the things when I was really asking for advanced experience, elevation, deeper connection, was the words that I said about myself. And one of the things that was so relevant is that everything that we speak about ourselves, everything that we say about ourselves is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, some of you may know what a self-fulfilling prophecy is, and some of you may not. So let me explain it. You know, we all know what the prophets are, and we know about prophecy and prophets, correct? So when you go and you get a message from a prophet, he's speaking those words into your life, right? He's speaking things over your life. The words that you speak about yourself, about your life, about your business becomes your life. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're saying it, and so your life has no choice but to fulfill that. So when you think about those things and you think about the things that you truly say to yourself, about yourself, when nobody's listening, and then even sometimes when people are listening, it's really shocking. How many times do you say things like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I'm stupid. That was so stupid. I wish I could fit in those jeans. My butt is so fat. Oh, my business. I thought I knew what I was doing in the business, but I just don't know what I'm. How many times do you say things like that over your life? Those words become self-fulfilling prophecies in your life. And recently I taught a class where one of the assignments was, and you can do this assignment too if you feel like it. One of the assignments was write down all the things you think and all the things you say about yourself. And my students came back and some of them were like, gosh, Fran, this was not only hard, but it was bad. And I get it, because I remember my biggest thing was I am not worthy. Can you imagine how many times we truly tell ourselves, I am not worthy about things that God has already prepared for us, right? We're simply pushing them away because we're not worthy. And in the divine eye of God, we're absolutely worthy of everything. And when we link our mind to the mindset of God, we understand that everything is already prepared for us. The Lord is your shepherd, you shall not want. So if you are speaking about want and lack and limitation in your life, that's what you're attracting. When you really should be speaking life over your life, saying, thank you for this. Bring me more. I want more money. I deserve more money. I deserve more health. I deserve more life. I would love that. You have to prophesize those things into your life. You have to also have a mind that is delusional. Right? When you start to study, the word, when you look at David, let's just talk about David. Everybody knows David. David wrote the Psalms. Everybody knows David, right? So let's just talk about David for a minute. David was delusional. His faith in God never wavered. No matter what David did, he knew that God was going to come see him. God was going to come see him. God was going to come see about him. And God was going to fix his situation. No matter how wrong he was, no matter what he did, he never doubted that. He spoke those things over his life. He spoke a self-fulfilling prophecy over his life constantly. And the biggest one was, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You have to speak things over your life as you choose to see them. You cannot speak things of lack and limitation. If you are just wanting enough in your life, if you're just saying, I just want enough. I just want enough to pay my car payment. I just want enough to pay my light bill. I just want enough. You are still operating in a lack and limitation mindset. You have to get over the hump of just enough. Because you just was not put here to just have just enough. You were put here to have plenty, plenty, plenty. And that's what you should be asking for. It's the same thing with our health and our love life. We're just like, oh yeah, if I can move better and if I could just find a man because I don't want to be alone. Why you just want any man? Don't you want the best man? And those are the words that you need to be speaking over your life. Everything that you speak becomes a prophecy that becomes your life. So just like we talk about the seeds that bloom, the self-fulfilling prophecy is the same thing. I remember when I began to reach for higher thoughts, right? When I began to rush to every new thought teaching, and let me say this, let me just say this, because new thought is not new thought at all. We call it new thought, but it's the same thought. It's the thought that God has been teaching constantly. So there is no new thought. This is the right thought, right? So I remember when I began to reach for higher thoughts, right? It was very uncomfortable. And I remember my mentor would say to me, you are speaking these things in your life. Why are you doing that? Why are you speaking lack and limitation? You need to work on what it is you truly feel you deserve. Oh my gosh. What do I feel I really deserve? I deserve, and that's when I began to start creating mantras and words of affirmation. I began to speak good words over my life, right? I began to say things, and I'm going to tell you that it wasn't easy, but I desired to have what I desired so much that I would catch myself, right? And I would begin to write mantras and I would begin to have them around my house. I would begin to prophesy over my life. And I would begin to say the things that I wanted to see in my life. Because when you realize it and you truly understand that we're divinely connected to God, right? I talk about this all the time. I know y'all get that by now. I know y'all get that part by now. We are divinely connected. So we have been given this amazing power to speak things into existence, to prophesy over our own lives, to speak life, over our own lives. But sometimes we get stuck in that rut of, well, I'm saying this, but I don't see it. Or I'm saying this and I really don't feel this way. It's hard for me to say this because I really don't feel this way. So my question then is it harder for you to stay where you are than it is for you to speak good things over your life? Because for me, for your girl here, it was easier for me to begin to speak good words over my life. I would find things to say about myself that were amazing. I would stand in the mirror and I would say, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful. You are so worthy of good love and respect. You deserve to be rich. You deserve to have all the money that you need to pay your bills and to live the life that you choose. You deserve, and I started speaking it over and over and over in my life. I recorded it on my phone. I took it with me everywhere I go. So when I was in the car, I would have my earbud in and I would be listening to myself speak things over my life. And finally, it became my daily practice to make the space, you understand? To make the space for this, right? So I had it in my phone, I had it in my notes, I had it in my car. I had mantras written all over my house. So not only could I see them, but my kids could see them. My family could see them, right? And I had them in places where when people came into the house, they couldn't see them. So they were in my bedroom, and they were in my bathroom, and they were in my office, places where my family can come. And I'm going to tell you why I did that. Because I didn't want no questions. And I did not want anybody interrupting my flow of prosperity and abundance, because I deserve that. When you begin to speak things over your life, when you begin to prophesy goodness into your life and goodness starts to show up, you're not going to want to speak anything else. But if you're speaking things like, I just need enough, you're not ready to elevate your mind to take it to that next level. You're not ready. You have to be bigger. You have to be bolder. You have to understand really what kind of universe we live in and exactly what the universe will deliver to you. Once you get clear about it and you begin to speak it, it's going to show up. When I wanted to take my business from a little bitty business to worldwide, I began to speak that. I began to prophesy that over my life. I walked through my house saying it. I was in my car saying it. I would say it to my staff that I knew had my back, right? So when I know that people on my team get it, which everybody on my team gets it, I would say things like, we're going to be traveling to the UK soon. I'm going to be speaking in the UK. We're going to be traveling. I'm going to start doing retreats in Jamaica. I was speaking that kind of stuff. I was speaking about those retreats in 2011. I did my first retreat in Jamaica in 2016. I started speaking it in 2011. So you cannot get frustrated because the universe is moving to orchestrate things in your life. You have to understand and just know that you know that you know. It's done, all is well, and continue to speak it in your life. Because the more you begin to speak good things in your life, the better you're going to feel. The better you feel, the more you're going to attract. It's law. There's no way around it. My business did better during COVID than it did the year before. You know why? Because my self-fulfilling prophecy was my business will continue to thrive and it will continue to strive. And I will continue to make 6 to 7 figures in my business this year. And you know what happened? I did. No matter what it looked like, no matter what it felt like, I kept speaking it. And we did not miss a beat. You have to become delusional about what you desire. Because if you stay in a reality state of consciousness, you're never going to tap into spiritual consciousness. Because spiritual consciousness is not reality. It's supernatural. And you have the ability to create from that. Isn't that amazing? All right, guys, let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you leave me some comments. Let me know where you're from. And I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.